My deepest gratitude goes out to all of you for being a part of the Jim Rohn Insights community. Your support is the cornerstone of our work. The entire team dedicates countless hours to creating these videos, all with the hope of providing you with valuable guidance. We hope they serve you well. We also want to extend our warmest wishes for your health and happiness. Your well-being is of the utmost importance. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video. Your engagement is what keeps our channel going and allows us to reach more people. Thank you for your continued support. If you want to change your life, you don't need to wait for a big event or the perfect timing. In just 1 year, you can completely transform your life. All it takes is a clear plan and consistent effort. This isn't about quick fixes, it's about steady progress every single day. You can achieve more than you think, and it's all within your control. In this video, we'll walk through a practical, 1-year success plan that will help you take control of your future. Whether it's your career, health, relationships, or personal growth, this plan will guide you step by step on how to make real progress. You don't need to know everything right now. What matters is that you start and keep moving forward. By the end of this year, you could be in a completely different place, feeling more confident, accomplished, and ready to take on bigger challenges. If you're tired of feeling stuck or uncertain, this video will give you the clarity and direction you need to make the next 12 months your best year yet. It's time to stop wishing and start taking action. Stay with me, and let's dive into how you can begin transforming your life today with a simple, powerful plan. Your future starts now. 1. Personal development comes first. The first step in making these changes is to believe in yourself. If you don't believe that you can improve, you won't. If you think things are just the way they are and they can't get better, they won't. But if you decide that you can grow and get better, your whole life can change. So, believe that you're capable of becoming the person you want to be. Next, don't wait for the perfect moment to take action. The perfect moment never comes. If you wait for everything to be just right, you'll never get started. You don't need to have everything figured out, you just need to take that first step, even if it's small. Taking action now is what makes the difference. You can adjust and learn as you go. Just don't wait. One of the most important things you can do is build small habits that will help you improve every day. It's not about doing something huge once in a while. It's about the small, consistent things you do each day that add up over time. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes each morning or going for a 20-minute walk after dinner. These small things might not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, they make a huge difference. Now, let's talk about your health. Take care of your body. You can't expect to do your best if you're tired, sick, or feeling sluggish. Your body is the only one you've got, and if you want to succeed, you've got to keep it in good shape. This doesn't mean you need to start running marathons. But simple things like getting enough sleep, eating better, and moving your body each day can make a big difference in how you feel and how much energy you have. Next, think about the people you're around. Surround yourself with people who encourage you and challenge you to be better. If you're spending time with people who are negative or don't have goals, it's time to rethink who you spend your time with. You need people who inspire you, people who are working on their own goals, and people who push you to do your best. These are the people who will help you grow. As you work on improving your life, it's also important to track your progress. Sometimes you don't notice the changes happening day by day. But if you take a moment to look back and see where you started, you'll realize how much you've grown. At the end of each week, take a few minutes to reflect on what you've done and what you need to work on. This will keep you motivated and help you stay focused on your goals. Another thing that can help you stay on track is visualizing your future. Every night before you go to bed, take a few minutes to think about where you want to be in the future. Picture yourself having reached your goals and living the life you've always wanted. This visualization helps you stay focused on your goals, especially when things get tough. When you can clearly see your future, it becomes easier to stay motivated. The road to success isn't always easy. But stay consistent. Keep putting in the effort, even when you don't feel like it. It won't always be perfect, and there will be bumps along the way. But that's okay. Keep moving forward. Every small step you take today is a step toward the life you want tomorrow. A year from now, if you keep going, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. The changes you want to make are within your reach. It's all about taking action now and staying committed. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep improving little by little, and you'll get there. So, take the first step today. Start building those small habits. Take care of your health. Surround yourself with the right people. Track your progress, visualize your future, and keep moving forward no matter what. You've got everything you need to succeed. The only thing you need to do now is believe in yourself and take action. 2. Take action now. Don't overthink. The biggest thing holding people back from achieving their goals is overthinking. We often sit around, planning, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment to take action. We think we need everything to be just right, and we wait for all the stars to align. But here's the truth, you'll never have everything figured out. If you keep waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan, you'll end up stuck in the same place, never moving forward. The key to making progress in your life is taking action now. Stop thinking about it, stop overanalyzing, and just take the first step. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't need to be huge. What matters is that you start. Even if it's a small step, the important thing is that you do something. Taking action is the only way to get things moving. And once you take that first step, the next step becomes easier. So often, we get stuck in the planning phase. We think that if we plan enough, we'll have all the answers and everything will fall into place. But here's the thing about planning, plans never go exactly as you expect. Life is unpredictable, and things won't always go the way you think they will. But that's okay. The key isn't having everything figured out before you start. The key is starting anyway. It's easy to let fear and doubt creep in when you're thinking about making a change. You start asking yourself questions like, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? But let me tell you something, you will fail, and you will make mistakes. But those failures and mistakes are part of the process. You learn from them, you grow, and you get better. If you let fear stop you from taking action, you'll never get anywhere. Instead, take action anyway, even if you're scared. Take action even if you don't have it all figured out. That's how you move forward. Sometimes we overthink because we're afraid of making the wrong choice. We get stuck in analysis paralysis and we end up not making any decision at all. The truth is, making a decision, even if it's not perfect, is better than making no decision at all. Every choice you make moves you forward. Even if it's not the perfect one, you'll learn from it, adjust, and keep moving. It's easy to look at successful people and think they have it all figured out. But the truth is, successful people don't wait for the perfect plan. They take action, and they figure things out as they go. They don't wait for all the answers to come to them, they create their own answers through action. If you want to achieve anything, you have to stop waiting and start doing. This doesn't mean you should act recklessly or make decisions without thinking. But it does mean that you shouldn't wait until everything is perfect. Take imperfect action. Start with what you know and adjust as you go. You'll learn so much more by actually doing something than by sitting around thinking about what could be. The more you do, the more you'll learn, and the more confidence you'll build. Let's talk about something that holds a lot of people back, fear of failure. A lot of people don't take action because they're afraid of failing. But what you need to realize is that failure is not the enemy. It's a part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They saw it as a lesson, not a defeat. Failure is feedback, and that feedback helps you make better decisions moving forward. Instead of letting failure stop you, let it motivate you. Every time you fail, you learn something new. You get closer to finding the right way to do things. If you never take action, you'll never fail, and you'll never learn. So, embrace failure. It's not the end, it's just a part of the journey. When you take action, you build momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. When you're moving, it's easier to keep moving. But when you're stuck, when you're overthinking and not taking action, it's hard to get anything going. The first step is the hardest. But once you take it, the next steps come easier. A big part of taking action is doing it now. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you have all the answers. Don't wait until everything is perfect, because it never will be. You'll never feel 100% ready. You just have to start, and the rest will fall into place as you go. You can't wait for the perfect time is now. It's easy to make excuses about why you can't take action. You might say, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough resources, or I'm not ready. But guess what? There will always be reasons not to start. There will always be challenges and obstacles. If you keep waiting for everything to be just right, you'll never get anywhere. The only way to move forward is to take action in spite of the obstacles. Taking action also means committing to your goals. You can't just think about what you want to do, you have to actually do it. If you want to lose weight, don't just think about it. Take action. Go for a walk, eat a healthy meal, do something. If you want to start a business, don't just dream about it. Take action. Start learning, make a plan, and take the first step. Action leads to results, and results lead to motivation. The more you act, the more you want to act. Remember, you don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to have a perfect plan, and you don't need everything to fall into place. You just need to take action. Take the first step and keep moving forward. Each step will bring you closer to where you want to be. But the longer you wait, the further away your goals will seem. When you act now, you start creating your future. Your future is shaped by the decisions and actions you take today. If you keep overthinking and waiting for the perfect time, you'll keep pushing your future further away. But if you take action now, even if it's messy or imperfect, you'll be one step closer to the future you want. It's all about getting started. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Stop thinking about it so much. Take action now, and the rest will fall into place. Trust me, once you start taking action, you'll gain confidence, you'll learn, and you'll begin to see the progress you've been waiting for. The key is to start, and start today. Your future depends on what you do now, not what you plan to do tomorrow. So, stop overthinking, stop waiting, and take action. The more you do, the more you'll learn, and the more you learn, the closer you'll get to achieving your goals. 3. Learn to handle challenges. When it comes to reaching your goals and building the life you want, one thing is guaranteed, you will face challenges. There's no way around it. Life isn't always going to go the way you expect it to, and things won't always be smooth sailing. But here's the good news, how you handle those challenges is what will make the difference in whether you succeed or not. The first thing to understand is that challenges are a natural part of life. Everyone faces them, no matter who they are or where they're at in life. No one is exempt. The key is not avoiding them but learning how to deal with them when they show up. It's not the challenges themselves that define you but your response to them. A lot of people look at challenges as setbacks. They see obstacles as something to fear or something that will hold them back. But the truth is, challenges are actually opportunities in disguise. They are the things that make you grow. If everything were easy, if everything went according to plan, you wouldn't learn anything. You wouldn't develop the skills or the mindset needed to keep moving forward. Think about it. If you want to build muscle, you have to push your body beyond its limits. If you want to learn something new, you have to step out of your comfort zone. It's the same with life. Challenges are the resistance that helps you grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. You need challenges to improve, and without them, you wouldn't be able to reach your full potential. Now, let's talk about how you can handle those challenges when they come your way. The first step is to change your mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as problems, see them as learning experiences. When something doesn't go the way you planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What's the lesson here? Every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to become better, and to figure out a different way to move forward. Another important thing is to stay focused on your goals. When challenges arise, it's easy to get discouraged. You might feel like giving up or changing direction. But if you keep your eyes on the prize and remember why you started in the first place, it's easier to keep going. If you focus too much on the challenge itself, you'll forget about the bigger picture. Keep reminding yourself of the reasons you're doing what you're doing and how far you've come already. Handling challenges also means staying flexible. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and not everything is going to go the way you expect. When you encounter a problem, don't get stuck trying to force things to go your way. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do differently? What's another way to solve this problem? Being flexible and willing to adapt will help you find solutions faster and keep you from getting stuck in the same place. It's also important to remember that it's okay to ask for help. No one is expected to figure everything out on their own. If you're facing a challenge that seems too big to handle, don't be afraid to reach out to others. Find a mentor, ask for advice, or talk to someone who's been through a similar situation. People who have experience can offer valuable insights and help you find solutions that you might not have thought of on your own. Handling challenges also involves staying calm when things get tough. It's easy to get overwhelmed when things aren't going right. But the calmer you are, the better you'll be able to think clearly and find a way forward. When you face a challenge, take a deep breath, step back, and focus on what you can do. Panicking or stressing out won't help. Clarity comes when you stay calm and focus on the next step, not the whole mountain in front of you. One of the biggest mistakes people make when facing challenges is thinking that they have to have all the answers right away. The truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out in the moment. What matters is that you take action. Start by doing something, even if it's small, and adjust as you go. You'll figure it out along the way. The more you act, the more clarity you'll get. But if you wait for everything to be perfect before you move, you'll never make progress. Another key to handling challenges is to stay persistent. When you face a roadblock, it's easy to feel like giving up. But the people who succeed are the ones who keep going even when things get hard. Every successful person has faced setbacks and challenges, but they didn't stop. They kept pushing forward. Persistence is one of the most powerful tools you can have. The more you push through tough situations, the more resilient you become and the more confident you'll feel about overcoming future challenges. Remember, challenges don't last forever. They might feel tough in the moment, but they're temporary. Every obstacle you face is just one part of your journey. When you're in the middle of a challenge, it might feel like the end of the world. But trust me, this moment will pass. And when it does, you'll look back and see how far you've come, how much stronger you are, and how much you've learned along the way. Lastly, remember to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Every time you overcome a challenge, take a moment to appreciate what you've accomplished. It doesn't matter if the challenge was big or small, if you handled it, that's a victory. Celebrate those wins because they remind you that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Celebrating progress is important because it keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're moving in the right direction. Life is full of challenges, and it always will be. But it's how you handle them that determines your success. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, stay focused on your goals, stay flexible in your approach, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Keep calm, keep moving forward, and remember that every challenge you face is making you stronger and better. The more you learn to handle challenges, the more you'll realize that they're not obstacles, they're stepping stones on your way to success. 4. Prioritize your health. When you're working hard to achieve your goals, it's easy to put everything else aside and focus solely on your career, your finances, or your personal ambitions. But one of the most important things you can do to set yourself up for success is to prioritize your health. Without good health, everything else you work so hard for can fall apart. You won't have the energy to pursue your dreams, and you won't be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your health is the foundation for everything else in your life. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how many hours you put in, or how many accomplishments you check off your list if you're not healthy. None of it matters. Without your health, you can't give your best. You can't work at your full potential, and you can't experience the joy that life has to offer. That's why taking care of your body is one of the most important investments you can make. Let's start with the basics. Eat right. Your body needs the right fuel to perform at its best. It's not about going on extreme diets or cutting out all the foods you enjoy. It's about making healthier choices most of the time. Focus on eating whole, nutritious foods that give you energy and help your body function properly. That doesn't mean you can't have a treat now and then, but your daily diet should consist of foods that nourish you, not weigh you down. Start by adding more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins into your meals. These are the building blocks your body needs to stay strong and healthy. The better you eat, the better you'll feel. When you give your body the right nutrition, you'll find that you have more energy, better focus, and a better mood. It's hard to chase your dreams when you're always tired, sluggish, or feeling run down. In addition to eating well, make sure you're moving your body. Exercise isn't just for weight loss, it's for overall health. Regular physical activity helps boost your energy, improve your mental clarity, and reduce stress. It's not about hitting the gym for hours a day or becoming a professional athlete. It's about finding something you enjoy and making it a regular part of your routine. Whether it's walking, jogging, yoga, or playing a sport, find a way to move your body every day. Even if you start small, like taking a 10-minute walk after meals or doing some stretches in the morning, these small steps add up over time. The more you move, the better you'll feel. Exercise helps improve your mood and boost your productivity. It's one of the easiest ways to take care of yourself and keep your energy levels high. One of the most important aspects of health that often gets overlooked is sleep. You can't perform at your best if you are not well rested. Sleep is when your body recovers, regenerates, and recharges. If you're not getting enough rest, you're not giving your body the time it needs to repair and restore itself. This affects your energy levels, focus, and ability to make good decisions. Make sure you're getting enough sleep each night. For most adults, that means aiming for 7 to 9 hours. If you're consistently getting less sleep, you're not just putting your health at risk, you're limiting your potential. You can't build a successful life if you're running on empty. So, prioritize sleep and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. But health isn't just about what you eat or how much you sleep. It's also about managing your stress. Stress is a silent killer. It can weigh you down over time, affecting your physical health, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. It's easy to get caught up in the pressure of work, family, and other responsibilities. But if you don't find ways to manage stress, it will take a toll on you. There are plenty of ways to reduce stress: exercise, meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking time to relax and unwind. Find what works for you. Taking time to relax and distress is essential for maintaining your health. Your mind and body need rest just as much as they need food and exercise. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, which can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and other health issues. So, it's important to make stress management a priority in your daily routine. In addition to managing stress, taking care of your mental health is just as important as your physical health. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, it will be harder to focus on your goals and perform at your best. Taking care of your mind is a key part of your overall well-being. Practice mindfulness, engage in positive self-talk, and surround yourself with people who lift you up and support you. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health, and it deserves just as much attention. Another important factor in prioritizing your health is having regular checkups. Don't wait until something goes wrong to see a doctor. Regular checkups and screenings can help catch any potential issues early and ensure that you're staying on track with your health. Don't skip your annual physical or put off necessary medical appointments. Staying on top of your health is proactive, and it can save you time, money, and heartache in the long run. It's also important to set health goals, just like any other goal. If you don't set them, it's easy to let your health slip. Whether you're aiming for a specific number of steps each day, drinking more water, or eating more vegetables, setting measurable health goals will keep you on track. track your progress and celebrate the small wins along the way. This keeps you motivated and reminds you that taking care of your health is just as important as working towards your career or financial goals. Remember that small changes add up. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start with small, manageable steps and build from there. Focus on consistency, not perfection. When you make your health a priority, you'll notice the benefits almost immediately: more energy, better focus, an improved mood, and a better ability to handle stress. Over time, these small steps will turn into habits that improve your overall well-being. The bottom line is this: your health is the most valuable asset you have. You can't do anything else well if you're not taking care of your body and mind. If you want to achieve your goals, live a fulfilling life, and enjoy the journey, you need to make your health a priority. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. When you take care of yourself, you'll have the energy, clarity, and strength to tackle whatever comes your way. So don't wait. Start prioritizing your health today. It's the foundation of everything else. 5. Cut out time-wasting habits. Time is your most precious resource. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get to use again. So, it's important to be mindful of how you're spending your time. If you want to achieve your goals and create the life you want, you need to cut out time-wasting habits that don't serve you. These habits can slow you down, drain your energy, and keep you from moving forward. But the good news is, you have the power to change how you use your time. Let's be honest with ourselves, we all have time-wasting habits. Some of these habits are obvious, like scrolling mindlessly through social media or watching hours of TV. But at other times, time-wasting habits can be sneaky. Maybe you're spending too much time in unproductive meetings, or maybe you're putting off tasks you know you need to do. The key is to recognize these habits and make a conscious effort to replace them with activities that move you closer to your goals. Start by taking a close look at how you're spending your day. Are there activities that take up a lot of your time but don't really move you forward? Are there things you do every day that don't add any value to your life or your success? Be honest with yourself. Time-wasting habits can sneak up on you, and you may not even realize how much time you're losing. But once you identify those habits, you can start to make changes. One of the most common time-wasting habits is spending too much time on social media. Social media is designed to be engaging and addictive, but if you're not careful, it can suck up hours of your day without you even realizing it. Sure, it's fun to catch up on what's happening, but how often do you find yourself scrolling through endless posts or getting lost in someone else's life? Before you know it, an hour has passed and you haven't accomplished anything. If you want to stop wasting time, set boundaries with social media. You don't need to be on it all day, every day. Create designated times for checking your accounts and stick to them. Put your phone down when you're working or spending time with family. By reducing your social media use, you'll have more time to focus on things that actually matter. Another common time waster is watching too much TV. It's easy to fall into the trap of binge-watching your favorite shows or turning on the TV to unwind at the end of the day. But ask yourself, how much of that time is actually serving me? Is it helping me grow or achieve my goals? Most likely, it's just keeping you distracted from what really matters. That's not to say you can't relax and watch TV now and then, but if you're spending hours each day in front of the screen, it's time to rethink your priorities. Start limiting your TV time and use that time to work on things that bring you closer to your dreams. You could read a book, work on a personal project, or even get some extra sleep. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that helps you grow. Another time-wasting habit to consider is procrastination. Putting off tasks, especially the ones you don't want to do, is one of the easiest ways to waste time. You might think that you're giving yourself a break by avoiding something you don't feel like doing, but in reality, you're just creating more stress for yourself later. The longer you put something off, the more time and energy it will take to get it done. The key to overcoming procrastination is to break tasks down into smaller steps. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a big project, focus on the first small thing you can do. Once you get started, you'll find that it's easier to keep going. Taking action is the antidote to procrastination. The more you practice taking action immediately, the less you'll put things off. Along the same lines, multitasking is another habit that can waste your time. Many people think they're being more productive by doing several things at once, but the truth is, multitasking can actually slow you down. When you try to focus on multiple tasks at the same time, you end up dividing your attention, and you're less effective at each task. You end up spending more time fixing mistakes or going back to redo things. Instead of multitasking, focus on one task at a time. Give it your full attention, finish it, and then move on to the next task. This will help you work more efficiently and get things done faster. By focusing on one thing at a time, you'll be able to complete tasks with more quality and less stress. Another big time waster is saying yes to everything. It's easy to fall into the trap of agreeing to every invitation, attending every meeting, or taking on every responsibility that comes your way. But the truth is, not everything deserves your time. If you say yes to everything, you'll spread yourself too thin and you won't have enough time or energy for the things that truly matter. Start learning to say no to things that don't align with your goals. It's okay to turn down opportunities or commitments if they don't serve your bigger picture. Your time is valuable, and it's important to protect it. Prioritize what's most important to you and don't be afraid to say no to things that won't help you get there. It's also important to cut out distractions that keep you from being productive. Distractions are everywhere: emails, phone calls, texts, notifications, and more. If you're constantly getting pulled away from your work or tasks, you're wasting time and losing focus. One way to manage distractions is to set designated times for checking emails or returning calls. Turn off your phone or put it in another room when you need to focus. Create a distraction-free environment so you can work with full concentration. Another way to cut out time-wasting habits is to create a schedule or a routine. When you have a clear plan for your day, it's easier to stay on track and avoid wasting time. You can set aside specific blocks of time for different activities so you know exactly what to do and when to do it. Planning ahead helps you make the most of your day and ensures that you're using your time wisely. It's also important to track your time. Take a few days to monitor how you're spending it. Write down everything you do, from work tasks to leisure activities. You might be surprised at how much time you're spending on things that don't add value to your life. Once you have a clear picture of where your time is going, you can make adjustments and cut out the habits that aren't serving you. Finally, remember that time is a choice. You can choose to use your time wisely, or you can choose to waste it. The power is in your hands. Time is the one thing you can't get back, so make sure you're using it in a way that brings you closer to your goals. Cut out the time-wasting habits that are holding you back and start using your time to build the life you want. Be intentional with your time and you'll see the results in everything you do. 6. Connect with like-minded people. Success is not a solo journey. While you may have your individual goals, dreams, and vision for your life, the people you surround yourself with play a huge role in your success. The people you choose to spend time with influence your thoughts, actions, and ultimately, the direction your life takes. That's why one of the most important steps in creating the life you want is to connect with like-minded people. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a simple idea, but there's so much truth in it. The people around you shape your beliefs, attitudes, and habits. If you spend time with people who are driven, positive, and ambitious, you're more likely to adopt those qualities yourself. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who are negative, complacent, or always complaining, their mindset can rub off on you and hold you back. So, how do you find these like-minded individuals? It starts with being intentional about your connections. You need to seek out people who share similar goals, values, and aspirations. These are the people who will push you to grow, challenge you to be better, and support you when things get tough. One of the first steps to connecting with like-minded people is to get out of your comfort zone. You can't expect to meet the right people if you're staying in the same place, doing the same things, and sticking with the same circle. Growth happens when you step outside what's familiar. Start by attending events, workshops, and seminars that align with your interests. This could be anything from business networking events to personal development seminars or even hobby groups. By putting yourself in environments where people share your interests, you increase your chances of connecting with those who can inspire and motivate you. It's also important to seek out mentors, people who have already achieved the kind of success you're working toward. A mentor can provide you with guidance, wisdom, and perspective. They've been where you are, and they can help you avoid mistakes and stay on track. If you don't know anyone personally, look for mentors in books, podcasts, or online communities. You'd be surprised at how many successful people are willing to share their knowledge and experience. A mentor doesn't have to be someone you meet in person. You can learn a lot just by reading books and listening to podcasts by successful individuals who inspire you. Networking is another powerful tool for connecting with like-minded people. While it may feel a little awkward at first, networking is all about building genuine relationships. It's not just about exchanging business cards, it's about creating connections with people who have similar goals and values. You can network online through LinkedIn, social media groups, and forums, or you can attend in-person events in your local community. The key is to be genuine and open to building real relationships, not just looking for what you can get from someone else. But remember, quality is more important than quantity. It's not about how many people you know, it's about the depth of your relationships. You want to surround yourself with people who will challenge you, inspire you, and help you grow. Look for people who lift you up, not those who drag you down. Be selective about who you spend your time with and don't be afraid to cut ties with people who don't align with your values or who hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself. In addition to connecting with people who inspire you, make sure you're also giving back. Success isn't just about taking, it's about contributing. Be willing to offer your support, knowledge, and resources to others in your network. When you help others, you not only build strong relationships but you also attract more people who are generous and supportive. It's a two-way street. The more you give, the more you'll receive in return. One of the best ways to build meaningful connections is to be authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not in order to fit in. People can tell when you're being fake or trying to impress them. Instead, be true to who you are and attract people who appreciate you for your unique qualities. Authenticity builds trust and creates deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's also essential to surround yourself with people who push you to be your best. A good support system isn't just about being around people who agree with everything you say or do. You need people who will challenge your ideas, hold you accountable, and encourage you to push past your limits. These are the people who will help you see your potential and hold you to a higher standard. Being around like-minded people helps keep you motivated, too. When you're working toward a big goal, it's easy to get discouraged. But when you have a group of people who are on the same path, they can remind you why you're doing what you're doing and help you keep going. They can provide that extra push when you feel like giving up. Having people to celebrate your wins with makes the journey more enjoyable, too. Another great benefit of connecting with like-minded people is the opportunity to learn and grow. When you surround yourself with people who are further along in their journey than you are, you have the chance to learn from their experiences. You can gain valuable insights, advice, and tips that can help you avoid mistakes and speed up your progress. In return, you can share your own knowledge and experiences with others, creating a cycle of growth and mutual support. It's also important to build a positive community. When you connect with people who share your values and vision, you create a community that supports each other's success. This type of community provides a sense of belonging, encouragement, and accountability. It becomes a place where everyone is rooting for each other to succeed. Being part of a positive, like-minded community can help you stay focused and motivated even when the going gets tough. Don't underestimate the power of collaboration. When you connect with like-minded people, there are endless possibilities for collaboration. Whether it's partnering on a project, sharing resources, or brainstorming ideas, collaborating with others can help you achieve things you couldn't do on your own. Working together opens doors for new opportunities and it can accelerate your growth and success. Finally, remember that it's not about finding people who are just like you, it's about finding people who share your vision and values. You don't have to agree with everything someone says, but you need to be on the same page when it comes to your bigger goals. Look for people who align with your mission and who challenge you to grow. These are the people who will help you move forward even when the path gets tough. Building a strong network of like-minded people takes time, but it's one of the best investments you can make in your future. Your network is your net worth, so be intentional about who you surround yourself with. Choose people who will help you grow, push you to be better, and support you in reaching your goals. The right people can make all the difference in your success, so start connecting with those who share your vision and watch your life transform. 7. Learn something new every month. One of the most important habits you can develop to transform your life is the habit of learning something new every month. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to get stuck in our routines and stop challenging ourselves to grow. But if you want to improve your life, expand your horizons, and reach your goals, learning new things is crucial. The world is full of opportunities for growth, and the more you learn, the more valuable you become, both to yourself and to others. Learning is not just about gaining new knowledge, it's about becoming a better version of yourself and constantly evolving. The more you learn, the more confident you become in your abilities and the more capable you are of taking on new challenges. Learning something new every month doesn't have to be a huge undertaking. It could be as simple as picking up a new skill, reading a book, listening to a podcast, or taking an online course. The key is to make it a habit to consistently seek out new information, ideas, and experiences that will help you grow. Learning opens up new possibilities. When you commit to learning something new every month, you open yourself up to a world of opportunities. You might discover new interests, uncover hidden talents, or even find new career paths or business ideas. By constantly expanding your knowledge, you create more possibilities for yourself. Every new thing you learn becomes a building block that shapes the person you're becoming. You never know where a new skill or idea might lead you, but one thing's for sure, it will help you move closer to your goals. Another reason why learning is so important is that it helps you stay competitive. Whether you're in business, the workplace, or simply pursuing personal goals, the world is always changing. New technologies, new ideas, and new ways of doing things are emerging all the time. To stay ahead of the curve, you need to keep learning. By constantly updating your skills and knowledge, you position yourself to be more adaptable and better equipped to face challenges. The more you learn, the more valuable you become, both in your personal and professional life. Now, let's talk about how to make learning a regular part of your life. It's easy to get overwhelmed with the idea of learning something new every month, but it doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming. The key is to make it manageable and enjoyable. Start by setting a goal for yourself. Decide what you want to learn and break it down into small, actionable steps. For example, if you want to learn a new language, don't think you need to become fluent in 1 month. Set a goal to learn basic phrases or vocabulary and build on that over time. The idea here is consistency. It's not about cramming everything into 1 month or trying to learn everything at once. Focus on one thing at a time and commit to learning that new thing every month. Over time, these small, consistent efforts will become a habit. The power of consistent habits. The power of consistent habits is that they compound and make a huge difference in your personal and professional life. One of the best ways to learn something new is to read. Reading is one of the simplest and most effective ways to expand your knowledge. Whether it's a book, an article, or a blog post, reading exposes you to new ideas, different perspectives, and fresh insights. You can learn about anything from personal development to business, science, history, or even hobbies you've always wanted to explore. Make reading a daily habit, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. The more you read, the more you'll learn and the more you'll grow. Learning on the go. Another great way to learn is by listening to podcasts. Podcasts are an excellent way to learn on the go, whether you're driving, working out, or doing household chores. There are podcasts on almost every topic imaginable, from self-improvement to entrepreneurship, health, and even creativity. Find a few podcasts that align with your interests and listen to them regularly. Podcasts are a great way to stay informed and learn new things without having to set aside extra time in your schedule. Taking your learning to the next level. If you want to take your learning to the next level, consider taking an online course or attending a workshop. Online courses are a convenient way to learn new skills and knowledge at your own pace. You can find courses on almost any subject, from learning a new language to mastering a specific business skill or even picking up a creative hobby like photography or painting. Many of these courses are affordable and flexible, so you can fit them into your schedule without a problem. Workshops, on the other hand, can offer more hands-on learning and personal interaction with instructors and other learners. Both options give you the opportunity to deepen your knowledge and build new skills. Mastering the art of learning. One of the most valuable things you can learn is how to learn. The process of learning itself is something that can be improved. The more you learn about learning techniques, memory retention, and how to focus, the better you'll be at picking up new skills and knowledge. There are countless books and resources on learning strategies. Investing time into mastering these techniques will help you learn faster and more effectively. Finding a community of learners. Another key to consistent learning is to find a community of learners. Surrounding yourself with people who are also committed to learning will help you stay motivated and on track. You can join online forums, social media groups, or local clubs where people share their knowledge and experiences. These communities can offer support, encouragement, and even new opportunities for learning. As you begin your journey of learning something new every month, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Learning is about growth, and growth often comes from trying things that challenge you. Don't worry if you don't master something right away. The goal is to expand your knowledge and skills, not to be perfect. The more you embrace new experiences and push yourself, the more you'll grow. A lifelong journey. Remember that learning is a lifelong journey. The world is full of knowledge and opportunities, and you can never learn it all. But that's the beauty of it. Learning keeps you engaged, curious, and constantly evolving. The person who stops learning is the person who stops growing. So make it a point to learn something new every month. Even small steps will add up over time and make a massive impact on your life. Commit to learning and growing every day, and you'll be amazed at how far you can go. Setting a budget and sticking to it. One of the most powerful steps you can take to change your life is to set a budget and stick to it. Money is a tool. When you manage it well, it becomes a stepping stone toward your goals and dreams. But when you're careless with it, it can create unnecessary stress and prevent you from moving forward. A budget isn't about restricting yourself, it's about taking control. It's about knowing exactly where your money is going and making sure it's aligned with your priorities. You don't need to be a financial expert to set a budget. It's not complicated, but it does require discipline and commitment. Understanding your income and expenses. The first thing you need to do is understand your income. How much are you bringing in each month? Whether it's from a salary, business, freelance work, or investments, having a clear picture of your income is crucial. If you don't know how much money you're making, it's nearly impossible to manage it effectively. Once you know your income, the next step is to list your expenses. This is where the magic happens. Write down every single expense you have each month, from rent or mortgage payments to utilities, groceries, and subscriptions. Be thorough. Don't forget the small expenses like coffee runs, dining out, or online services. The goal is to get a clear picture of where your money is going. Once you see it on paper, you might be surprised by how much you're spending in places that aren't aligned with your goals. Prioritizing your spending. Here's the thing about expenses, not all of them are equal. Some expenses are essential. Things like housing, food, transportation, and insurance are non-negotiable. But other expenses can be cut back or eliminated if they're not serving you. For example, if you're spending a lot on entertainment or things you don't really need, that's money that could be better spent elsewhere. A budget helps you prioritize. It forces you to think about what truly matters and where your money should go. Making saving a priority. The next part of budgeting is deciding how much you want to save. If you're serious about transforming your life, saving has to be a priority. Whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for a big purchase, or investing for the future, having a savings goal is essential. The good news is that you don't have to save huge amounts right away. Start small. Aim for a certain percentage of your income each month and gradually increase it as you can. The key is consistency. Saving regularly, even small amounts, can have a big impact over time. Allocating your money. Once you've set your savings goal, the next step is deciding how much you want to spend. Now that you know your income, your expenses, and your savings goals, you need to allocate your money in a way that reflects your priorities. This is where your budget really comes to life. The idea is to make your money work for you, not the other way around. By allocating your money wisely, you ensure that you're investing in the things that matter most to you, whether that's your future, your health, your education, or something else. Sticking to the plan. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to budgeting is sticking to it. It's easy to create a budget, but the real work comes in consistently following it. The temptation to overspend is everywhere. Advertisements, social media, and peer pressure can all lead you to spend money in ways that don't align with your goals. But if you want to see real progress in your life, you need to resist the urge to give in to instant gratification. Instead, focus on your long-term goals. Every time you stick to your budget, you're making progress toward your future self. Tracking your spending. A great way to stay on track with your budget is to track your spending. Use an app or a simple spreadsheet to keep an eye on where your money is going. Check in weekly or bi-weekly to make sure you're staying within your limits. It doesn't have to be a tedious task. Just a few minutes of tracking can give you valuable insights into your spending habits and help you make adjustments if necessary. Planning for the unexpected. Another important part of budgeting is planning for the unexpected. Life happens. There will be times when you have to deal with unexpected expenses, whether it's a car repair, a medical emergency, or a family event. That's why it's important to have an emergency fund. The goal is to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This fund acts as a cushion when life throws you a curveball, and it gives you the peace of mind to know that you're covered when things don't go as planned. Making sacrifices for your future. Sometimes, sticking to a budget means making sacrifices. You might need to cut back on certain luxuries or scale back your spending in areas that aren't helping you get closer to your goals. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. Every pound you spend is a choice. You're either investing in your future or spending it on something that doesn't move you closer to your dreams. When you view your budget as a tool for building the life you want, it becomes a lot easier to stick to it. Setting clear goals. One thing that helps with sticking to a budget is setting clear goals. When you have a clear vision of what you're working toward, it's easier to stay disciplined with your spending. Your goals could be financial, like buying a house or paying off debt, personal, like improving your health or starting a business, or long-term, like retirement. Whatever they are, make sure they're specific, measurable, and meaningful to you. When you have a strong why, it's easier to say no to unnecessary spending and stay focused on what really matters. Being flexible and consistent. Another key element to sticking to your budget is being flexible. Life doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes you may have to make adjustments to your budget. Maybe an unexpected expense comes up, or your income changes. That's okay. The key is to be flexible enough to adapt when necessary but committed enough to keep working toward your goals. Don't get discouraged if things don't go perfectly. The important thing is to keep going, making small adjustments as you learn and grow. One of the best ways to stay motivated to stick to your budget is to celebrate your successes. Every time you reach a savings goal or stick to your budget for a month, take a moment to acknowledge your progress. These small wins add up over time and help you stay motivated to keep going. Budgeting isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Every step forward is a step closer to your goals. Tracking your progress weekly. One of the best ways to ensure you're moving toward your goals is by tracking your progress weekly. Many people start strong with a new plan or goal, but after a few weeks, they lose momentum or get distracted. The key to staying on track is to measure your progress regularly. It's not enough to just set goals and hope for the best, you need to actively monitor how you're doing. Tracking your progress is a powerful tool that keeps you focused, motivated, and accountable to yourself. It doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, it's one of the simplest things you can do to make sure you're staying on course. Defining what success looks like. The first thing you should do is define what success looks like for you. It's essential to set specific, measurable goals. Without this clarity, tracking progress can be difficult. For example, if your goal is to get fit, decide exactly what that means for you. Is it about losing a certain amount of weight, building strength, or running a certain distance? Once you have a clear target, tracking becomes much easier because you know what you're aiming for. Be sure that your goals are broken down into smaller steps so it's clear how much progress you're making each week. Effective tracking methods. Now, let's talk about how to track effectively. You don't need to write down every single detail, just the key things that matter most. You could keep a simple journal, use a planner, or use an app. The important thing is consistency. Set aside time at the end of each week to review your progress. It could be Sunday evening or the end of Friday, whatever works for you. The idea is to reflect on the week and evaluate what you've achieved. Tracking weekly is a great way to keep your momentum up. When you look back at the progress you've made, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, no matter how small. This is especially important during those times when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. It's easy to get discouraged, but when you see your progress on paper, you'll realize that even small steps forward are significant. Progress is progress, no matter how slow it seems. Celebrate the small victories because they add up over time. Identifying challenges and adjusting your plan. Another benefit of tracking your progress weekly is that it helps you stay on top of potential challenges. When you review your week, you can quickly spot any obstacles that might be slowing you down. Are there certain habits that are keeping you from making progress? Is there something you're struggling with that needs to be addressed? By checking in weekly, you have the opportunity to adjust your plan and stay ahead of any issues that may come up. For example, if you're tracking your spending, you might realize that you're spending too much on things that aren't helping you reach your financial goals. Or, if you're working on a fitness goal, you might notice that you're not getting enough sleep and that's affecting your progress. Tracking gives you the power to adjust and make course corrections so that you're always moving toward your goals. The habit of reflection. Tracking weekly also creates a habit of reflection. Every time you pause and review your progress, you learn something new about yourself and the process. It teaches you what works, what doesn't, and where you need to focus your energy. It's a moment of self-awareness that helps you make better decisions in the future. Over time, these small weekly reviews will help you grow in ways that might not be immediately obvious. Using metrics and milestones. One of the most effective ways to track your progress is to use metrics that are easy to measure. For example, if you're focused on health and fitness, track the number of workouts you complete each week or the number of steps you take. If you're trying to save money, track how much you've saved or how much you've spent. If your goal is personal growth, track how many new things you've learned or how much time you've spent on self-improvement. The key is to choose something that is quantifiable and meaningful to your goals. This way, it's clear whether or not you're on track. Another method of tracking is to set milestones. Break your larger goals down into smaller, manageable chunks. For example, if your long-term goal is to read 12 books in a year, break it down into monthly or weekly reading targets. When you achieve these smaller milestones, you get the satisfaction of knowing you're progressing toward your bigger goal. Milestones act as markers that guide you along your path. Each time you reach one, you gain confidence and motivation to keep going. The discipline of consistency. The beauty of tracking your progress weekly is that it gives you a chance to course correct quickly. If you're not making the progress you want, you can change your strategy before it's too late. For example, if you're trying to grow your business and you notice you're not getting enough new clients, tracking can help you see where you're falling short, whether it's your marketing, networking, or outreach. Once you identify the issue, you can fix it. Without tracking, you might not realize you're off course until months down the road. Being consistent with tracking also builds discipline. You're creating a habit of reviewing your goals and progress regularly, which in turn builds accountability. You're holding yourself responsible for your own success. Accountability to yourself is the most powerful type of accountability, and weekly progress checks are a simple way to reinforce it. The power of visualization. One of the most powerful habits you can adopt to transform your life is to visualize your future every night. This practice might sound simple, but its impact is profound. Your mind is a powerful tool, and when you consistently focus on your goals and dreams, your subconscious mind starts working toward making them a reality. Visualization isn't just about imagining a better life, it's about programming your mind to believe that it's possible. The science of thoughts and reality. Before we dive into how you can start visualizing your future, let's talk about why this is so important. Your thoughts create your reality. What you focus on most, whether it's positive or negative, tends to show up in your life. The more you visualize your success, the more likely you are to take the actions needed to get there. Visualization helps you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your goals, so everything you do becomes a step toward your future. Creating a vivid mental picture. Start by taking just a few minutes each night to sit down in a quiet space, close your eyes, and let go of the stresses of the day. Now, begin to picture your life as you want it to be. Imagine the future you desire in as much detail as possible. What does it look like? Where are you? Who are you with? What does success feel like? Visualize yourself achieving your goals. Maybe you see yourself in the career you've always wanted, in the home you've dreamed of, or living a life full of health and happiness. Picture it vividly, as though it's already happening. The importance of emotional connection. The key to effective visualization is the emotional connection. Don't just see it, feel it. How does it feel to be living your dream life? Does it feel exciting, fulfilling, peaceful, or empowering? The stronger the emotion, the more real your visualization becomes. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, so if you can feel the joy, pride, and gratitude of living your dream life, your mind starts to believe that it's possible. This belief is what drives you to take action. The mental blueprint. Visualization is about building the mental blueprint for your future. Just like an architect creates a detailed plan before constructing a building, your mind needs a clear vision of what you want to achieve. The clearer and more specific your vision, the better. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, picture your business in detail. Imagine the products you're selling, the clients you're working with, the team you're leading, and the impact you're making. If you want to improve your health, visualize yourself feeling strong, energetic, and happy in your body. The more details you can add, the more real it becomes. Staying motivated. Another powerful aspect of visualization is that it keeps your goals front and center in your mind. It's easy to get distracted by daily challenges and lose sight of your bigger dreams. But when you make it a habit to visualize every night, your goals are always in your thoughts. This constant mental focus keeps you motivated, even when things get tough. It's like creating a mental roadmap that guides you toward where you want to go. Becoming your future self. As you visualize your future, think about the person you need to become to make it happen. Who do you need to be to live the life you're imagining? Maybe you need to be more disciplined, more confident, or more focused. Visualization helps you see the best version of yourself, and that's the version you'll start striving to become. The more you visualize this future self, the more you'll start making decisions that align with that version of you. Consistency is key. A big part of successful visualization is consistency. Like any new habit, it takes time to get into the rhythm of visualizing every night. But the more consistent you are, the more powerful the results will be. Even if you start with just a few minutes each night, keep doing it. Over time, you'll start to notice shifts in your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. You'll become more confident, more focused, and more determined to make your vision a reality. The habit of visualization will start to feel like a natural part of your day. The journey and the destination. Visualization isn't just about seeing the end result, it's about imagining the journey. Picture yourself overcoming obstacles, solving problems, and taking action toward your goals. When you see yourself successfully navigating challenges, it helps build your confidence and prepares you mentally for what lies ahead. Life is full of ups and downs, but when you visualize the process, you're reminding yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Visualization is a tool for action. One of the most important things to remember is that visualization alone won't get you there. It's not a magic trick that makes everything fall into place without any effort. But it does provide you with the mental clarity and motivation to take the actions necessary to achieve your goals. Visualization is a tool that reinforces your commitment to your goals and primes you for success. It helps you stay on track and stay focused on what really matters. The power of specificity and gratitude. Here's a little secret: the more specific you can get with your visualization, the more powerful it becomes. Don't just visualize success in general, break it down and picture what success means to you personally. What does your dream job look like? What kind of lifestyle do you want to create? Where do you want to be in 5 years? When you add specific details to your visualization, it becomes easier for your mind to believe it's possible, and the more likely you are to make it happen. Another thing to consider is visualizing not just what you want, but also the gratitude that comes with it. It's one thing to picture yourself in your dream job or home, but it's another thing to feel the gratitude for it. When you visualize with a sense of appreciation, you're sending out positive energy into the world. Gratitude attracts more of what you want, and it helps you stay grounded and humble along the way.